welcome to Farewell 22. I'm your host, Madison Wisnat, along with producer and director Tyler White. In this series, we are going to be sitting down with various high school seniors from Niagara Falls High School to talk about their past memories and aspirations for the future. The idea behind this series is to shed light on some unique challenges and experiences that high school seniors face, while also sending them off into life past NFHS. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce our two seniors today, Lily and Anthony. So, I kind of already told you your names, but give me a brief background on where you went to school and things about you that are relevant to your current identity as a high school senior, like sports, clubs, jobs, anything like that. Who wants to go first?
What do you mean where I went to school?
Elementary school, were you always in Niagara Falls School District?
So I started off at Maple Avenue for elementary school. I was there from kindergarten to 6th grade. And then I went to St. Stephen's Middle School. Well, it's more from pre-K to 8th grade, but I only went there for 7th and 8th. Mm-hmm. And then I came here freshman year.
So private school to high school public.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it really is. And then I play soccer. I run track. I haven't this season, but I usually do. I do lacrosse. Sports are a big part of my life, right. So I kind of rely off of that. And I work at Delta Sonic where I sell the car washes. 0 out of 10, do not recommend.
I was going to ask, how do you like it?
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah. Is it hard balancing work, sports, school?
Yeah. I took this season off so that I was able to work more and get money because your girl's broke.
Yeah. Okay. And Anthony?
I started off at Maple 2, and then for 5th and 6th I went to Abbott, and then I went to LaSalle for middle school, and then I came here.
It's funny, me and you have the same kind of progression.
Yeah.
It's funny. So sports, jobs?
Yeah, I work at Wegmans. Again, don't recommend.
Oh, I love Wegmans.
Great, you love it. I sure don't. And then I play soccer and I wrestle. And last year, 2 years ago, I ran track, but then COVID hit.
Yeah. So as a senior, there's more responsibility with school and then also applying to schools. And then there's working because you need funds to do senior things like buying caps and gowns and things like that your parents help you with, but at the same time you're responsible for other things. You want a car, you need gas, type of So are you glad that you work and play these sports and are involved in school, or do you wish you kind of could have just gone to school and just gone home?
Personally, I think in the sense of sports, I don't right now I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I'm very bored. I lay in bed all day. Sports give me something to do. In terms of work, I'm happy that I work because I was able to buy my first car myself, with no help from my mom. Anything that's wrong with my car, I fix it myself with my money. So it kind of instills in me independence, I guess, where I'm not having to 100% rely on my mom. Obviously she helps sometimes, but
Right.
It's giving me that sense of when I go to college, she's not always going to be here.
Right. Okay.
For me, again, with sports, I'd get bored and I just wouldn't do anything. So, and then I'd get really fat too. So that's the nice thing. Obviously, I wish I didn't have to work, but I have to work.
Right.
There's just no two ways about it. If I want to do things, I have to provide my own money. So.
Yeah. And I feel that, same here kind of. Both work at Wegmans and everything like that. Next question. What are your general plans after high school, and how was the application process for you? Because in my experience, the application process was not too hot.
For me, I plan on going to UAlbany for 4 years, and then I'm majoring in journalism there because it's a broad degree, so I right out of my undergraduate, I can kind of see what I can do and what I want to do. I either want to get into politics and stay in Albany, or I want to go to film school and possibly go to New York City. It depends. I'm not sure yet. Life's all over the place. In terms of the application process, I found it very easy, but I started as soon as August 1st hit.
Right.
As soon as August 1st hit, I made my Common App account and I started looking at schools and applying because I'm the type of person where if I don't do it now, I'm probably not going to do it. And this was important to me.
Right.
For me, I think I'm gonna go to SUNY Maritime, get a degree in marine operations, and then there's a few companies that I like to work for. Two of them being the U.S. Coast Guard, and then the other one being NASA for marine operations. But prior to that, I would want, or not prior, but the application process was pretty easy because I didn't know where I wanted to go to school, so I only applied to SUNY schools. So I just went on the Apply SUNY app, and I can make one application and send it to all the schools at once. So it really wasn't hard for me.
Right. So kind of going off the future talk, do you have any fears? Not to get too heavy, but you can do a simple oh, I'm scared to drive to campus, but or a deeper one I'm scared of what my life is going to turn out as. What's a fear that you have?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
And that really makes you think. To be funny, I guess, my fear is that I'm going to get a flat tire and I'm not going to have anyone there to help me change it. I don't know how to change a flat tire.
You've had two.
And I've changed both.
What?
You would think.
She's had two in the past 4 months, and
Yeah.
I've changed both.
Okay, I feel as though it is a man's job to know how to do that.
Anthony, any fears?
A fear I have is leaving my family. Not because I'm reliant on them, but they're reliant on me. I'm always helping my dad. I'm doing a lot to help out around the house, so I don't it's gonna be very weird for that. And then also all my sisters, me and my sister Bella are really close, really good friends, and it's gonna be weird to not be able to just talk to her. I'm gonna have to FaceTime her all the time. It's
Aw.
kind of weird.
Yeah. And I personally didn't apply to many SUNY schools. I wanted to kind of get out. Plus the program that I wanted to go for wasn't really that available in the SUNY schools. But I feel that kind of my family, they need me and I need them. So it's kind of, even if you stay in New York State and go 5 hours away, that's still a distance,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely valuable fear, relevant fear. We're told all the time, you guys are the future with climate control and racial problems, political problems, just 2020, 2021, very chaotic years. So where do you see society in the world, as you graduate from your undergrad? So 4-ish years, where do you see the world?
Excuse my French, but I think we're going to go to shit. This country sucks.
But you're going to politics too, so
Yeah,
you kinda,
no, I know.
I feel like you hope to change it in some
Yeah,
way.
that's my goal. I want to go into politics to be to also use my journalism degree in it as well. If I decide to go into politics, the main goal is to be a White House correspondent, and they make bank. So, but if that doesn't end up working out, I think I would somehow want to give a voice to those who don't have it.
Right.
And not in the way of me taking that voice away and overshadowing them, but to be able to shine the spotlight on them
Right.
so they can use it.
Okay.
Because in most cases, a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to give the voice to minorities, but really just overshadow them and talk for them. And I don't think that would really be my end goal.
Yeah.
For me, it could go either way. Things are, as of current today, January 20th, 2022.
Yep.
Things are very iffy with China and Russia and all this other nonsense. So it could go either way. But my end goal is just to be able to help people, which is what I like about the job that I'll be able to do.
Right.
So
That's good. That's good. Okay. So back more to hometown community. How would you describe our senior class and the seniors that you interact with?
the last of a group of people. If you look at us versus the people currently in our school, we're very different. And then if you look at past classes, we're very similar to them.
Yeah.
So it's like a dynasty is coming to an end.
Aw, that's nice, yeah. Well, not nice, but I see what you mean because
dynasty.
we've all, but I see we've all
We've grown up
had
similar.
relations with siblings older than us, friends, teammates, whatever older than us, and
I feel
I
like
feel like COVID impacted that, but also
our class isn't really close with the underclass.
Right.
So I think that affects it as well. I could go on, but I won't.
I mean, as long as it's relevant, if you need to, yeah.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Are you gonna miss anything? Like, what's one thing you're gonna miss about
Media.
high school?
Yeah, seeing all these people.
Yeah, definitely media. This I feel like I was kind of involved in it in sophomore year, and then I stopped. Then COVID happened, so junior I didn't really do anything, and then this year doing this, I met people that I want to be friends with for the rest of my life, and I hope I am.
Yeah.
It's I never really had a solid friend group throughout high school, so to be able to find people that have similar interests with me and are nice people and actually ask me how I'm doing, if I'm okay, and check up on me, it I don't know, it makes me feel at home in a sense.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna miss the people, but I'm not coming back to stay.
Oh yeah, no. I'm leaving, but I'm definitely gonna miss it.
Right. So looking back, beginning of high school, we're coming in as freshmen. I think it's year 2019, 2018?
It was 2018.
2018. So, knowing what you know now, what would you tell your freshman self?
Don't get a concussion.
Okay. Well, that's honest, and that's what we kind of wanted the show to highlight, the true raw honesty, seniors being scared,
genuinely,
seniors regretting things, seniors looking back.
Yeah, genuinely, I wouldn't do anything different. Some things sucked, some things are great, but it got me here.
Right.
And right here is pretty good. And
I think if I could change anything, it would to get me here sooner.
Okay. In media or?
Yeah, it would to get me where I am at my life. I mean, obviously, it's hard to explain, but obviously I can't change anything now.
No, yeah.
And I'm here now for a reason. But if I would change anything, it would be to get me where I am now sooner.
Nice. Yeah.
Because if I knew what I knew now, I probably wouldn't have done a lot of the things I did freshman and sophomore year.
Right, and that comes with, comes with experience and comes with being naive little freshman straight out of middle school.
And the other big thing too is, and I tell my modified guys on my wrestling team, do your homework. It is such a small thing that you're told all the time. Just do your homework.
Oh, Willie disagrees. Don't do your homework.
Just get really close with all of your teachers, and they'll let you turn it in late.
Speaking of teachers, next question. Not to be the generic who's your favorite teacher, but who's your favorite teacher and mentor? Because I feel I have a favorite mentor here that I wouldn't necessarily categorize them as my favorite teacher. Not that they're not amazing teachers, but for example, Mr. Shirella, Mr. Moreno, those are mentors for me. Since freshman year, Mr. Moreno coached me through soccer and track, helped me outside of my school, and same with Shirella. She since freshman year, I've only had them as teachers for 1 year this year, and they've helped me.
But they've still had a role in your life.
Throughout my whole entire high school career. So who's a teacher and mentor for you?
Mentor has to be Miss Shirella. Me and Max go back to pre-K, and she's always been there. So definitely her.
And Max is her son. Anyway.
For future watchers. But
go ahead. Sorry, I thought you were done.
No, and then another mentor was John Egan, because last year I was very overweight for what I wanted to be for wrestling, and he was a new coach, and I was going through a lot of family stuff and COVID and all that other nonsense, and he really helped me push through it and get in better shape.
Good, yeah.
My favorite teacher it's a mix. Okay, so my favorite teacher is Miss Carey, without a doubt. Love that woman. That woman is an angel. But she's also kind of a mentor, because even now, I still go to her classroom to tell her about things that are going on in my life.
Right.
She lets anyone and everyone cry in her back room if they're having a bad day. Like, the amount of times that I've skipped a class just to go to her back room and sob.
Yeah.
It really, but she'll sit there and listen to me too. So she'll listen to what I'm saying. I would also consider Mr. Moranto as a mentor as well. He coached me for 3 years, and he stepped in when my freshman year coach had to step down.
Right.
So I would consider him as a mentor as well, even though I annoy him most of the time. But
all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's my job. I do what I have to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And with that comes like you leave behind a memory with those teachers as well.
Yeah.
You know. So another little segue. What do you want to be remembered for? Like maybe one thing, one phrase, one whatever. Like what do you want to be your legacy here? I guess.
Always being reliable to help out.
Okay.
Whether it's getting a call at 8 o'clock in the morning, hey, I popped my tire, can you come change it? Or Mr. Morano asking, hey, can you co-record this for me? Or like anything that anyone ever needed help with. Just people always like, oh yeah, he'll help you out.
Right. Uh-oh.
He giggled. I'm scared.
I know what I am going to be remembered for.
Yeah.
But I know what I want to be remembered for. Well, it's a mix between both. I want to be remembered as like the funny person who like sits there and listens to your if you need to talk, you need to talk. If you need a ride home, I'll give you a ride home. Like I want to be remembered as that person. I know what I'll be remembered as.
Yeah.
You'll be
And
remembered
But the
for
question
saying-
is, what do you
Personally-
want? You know, because
Yeah.
I hope to be remembered as something probably different than what I will be. But that's just
Well,
how
you'll
you know.
also-
What
it
I
is.
want to be remembered as is probably not going to happen. It would probably happen with my close friends.
Right,
But
and that's
with
all that matters.
the general public, probably not. And that was due to mistakes I made when I was younger.
Yes.
You'll-
And that also goes into the past question where it was like, what would you tell your younger self? Don't do it. Like, you think it's a good idea now, but don't. It's not.
Right.
Because your senior year, you're going to be known as this person, and you're never going to shake that.
And that's with like social
Next
media.
time is
Yeah.
Like
driver.
our parents tell us and our teachers tell us, but that stuff is out there. Snapchat, that 24-hour delete, that's
Doesn't work.
not true. I feel like definitely be more conscious of
Yeah.
it.
You'll also be remembered for saying you'd like to thank your dad on live TV.
Lily is so spontaneous and funny, and we love her for that. Yeah. Do you want to explain a little bit? Just like real quick.
So my dad lives in Kentucky. He's not really in my life. Calls every few months, then tells me like the phone goes both ways. So during the telethon, I had we were thanking people, and I was like, he's probably not gonna see this. So I said I'd like to thank my dad. I love him so much, and
Gave us a good laugh.
no one else knew about it, so that's why it
That's
gave
a
us
good
a good
TikTok.
laugh. I would like to preface that I do love my dad.
Right,
He's
right.
my father. I'm biologically related to him. Do I like his actions? Absolutely not.
But
But
that's
it
again,
is what
you
it
know,
is.
you grow up and you realize,
He's still in my life,
Right.
so I can't say that I don't have a dad, because I have a dad.
which is good. So, okay, we're wrapping up basically for this episode. One last question: what's your best memory of NFHS? All throughout the years, like what's one that's just like, you know what, I'm gonna take that with me throughout the rest of my life.
Oh,
My buddy,
Good, best.
my buddy Matt, he's graduated. Currently goes to DUville. His graduation party.
winning the last home soccer game against Ken East in a 2-0 shutout. That was nice. It was nice to end it off on a good note.
Good. So, that's it for this segment, this episode with our two media extraordinaire seniors, Anthony and Lily.
Extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching, whoever's out there watching.
Yeah. You're supposed to look at the camera.